Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. I am Dr. Machukuchi Naza. You can simply call me Dr. Naza. So this webinar is organized by eClinic and Diagnostics Limited. Just a brief introduction about this facility. eClinic and Diagnostics is a state-of-the-art diagnostic center where a wide array of investigations, ranging from laboratory to radiological investigations, can be done. And we also run a general outpatient clinic where you can walk in and see a doctor with minimal waiting time. Our topic for today, as you already know, is immune system boosters and busters. I'm sure you'll be wondering, why did we choose this topic? Over time, and even more especially in this present time, we have identified a need to educate ourselves as the general public on how to boost our immune system. As we are going to get to know, our immune system, military of our body, and for us to fight our war, we have to equip the soldiers with the necessary aids they need to fight this war, which is why we decided to talk about this today. We need to know ways to equip our immune system, which is our military, to fight off infections and diseases for us. And as we are trying to obey the public health rules of social distancing, proper hand hygiene, and wearing of masks in public places, it is paramount that we also equip our body to protect us against the ongoing pandemic and other infections and diseases. Our speaker for today is someone who is very passionate and interested in healthy living. He is a member of the West African College of Physicians, as well as an associate fellow of the National College of Family Medicine from the Department of Family Medicine, National Hospital, Abuja. So he will be the one who will be walking us through this topic today. During the course of our discussion, if you have any questions or any clarifications, kindly type it into the chat, and we are going to address it at the end of the discussion. So let us welcome our speaker and endeavor to listen attentively and take note of our questions. Thank you.
Hello, viewers. Good evening. How are you doing? This is a pleasure to be with you this afternoon or evening, depending on where you are. We're going to be talking in the next few minutes about immune system boosters and busters. Just like the moderator has said, why boosters and busters? But I know by the end of the topic today, you'll be able to know why this topic, and you should be able to follow up to say, these are the new boosters, and these are the immune systems. We should be able to understand its functions. How do we live healthy? Keys to a healthy living. And then roles of staple foods and fruits in building a strong immune system. And we talk about factors that negatively impact on our immune system and ways to curb it. The following outline of specialized cells and organs that protect an organism from outside biological influence. I will not bore you with this, but just know that the immune system is like a soldier that is manning your gate. And in this instance, the person is manning, it's you. And these are soldiers surrounding you. So every organ has a protective function, like the skin of your body is protective. The acidic environment in your stomach is also protective. So what the immune system does is that it mans this body, and so make sure that nothing happens to this body. Now, what is a proper functioning immune system? A proper functioning immune system is one which soldiers are very active. I know that when these things are weak, the viruses will have to get into the system. And there are two types of immunity. One is the natural, and the other one is the acquired. This is a diagrammatic representation of the immune system. It fights off foreign invaders in the body, and the major organs are the white blood cells, the T cells, the B cells, and the macrophages. What are the busters of the immune system? You ask me. One, and topmost on the list, is inadequate sleep. Secondly, is poor exercise habits. Thirdly, is the poor dietary habits. you have stress, then isolation, poor sense of humor, and then smoking. All these busters will lead to you having a weak immune system. And how do I know I have a weak immune system? I notice that my stress level is very high. I have frequent colds and infection. I have frequent gastric upsets. I have a wound and it will not heal. I always get tired. And then you visit the hospital frequently. If it is not malaria today, it is typhoid tomorrow, it is headache the next tomorrow. In the hospital, we call it a big five syndrome. Before you get to the hospital, you notice that people actually know that you are coming. And so you know that your immune system needs to be followed up. Well, the everyday life we live is filled with stress. The thing is that there's nobody that is immune to stress, but long-term stress is what weakens the body, and the immune system responds by releasing some hormones. Chief is the adrenaline and the cortisol. The adrenaline, you know, is a fight or flight hormone that makes it tense for us. And the cortisol, on the long run, weakens the body. Now, these are what the immune system does to your body. And then these are the symptoms of stress. If you look around, you look at it that stress has a part to play in every part of our body. You have decreased sex drive, skin irritations, muscle tension, grinding of teeth, apathy. You have trouble concentrating. You have headaches, anxiety, anger, and then stomach problem and fatigue. How do I diagnose stress? You stay and you have frequent and prolonged meetings. You are bound to have stress. Excessive traveling. Today you're in Jamaica, tomorrow you're in America, next tomorrow you're in London, you come back to Nigeria, you are in Kano, you are in Kaduna. That is diagnosis of stress. You have deadlines to meet, you have targets to meet. You can't meet this deadline. From there, you jump to another deadline. You have targets to meet, you jump to another one. You know you are in for stress. Your productivity is minimal. You don't get to produce actively. Meanwhile, you put in a lot. You are in for stress. Your lifestyle is not good. You have worsening lifestyle diseases. You have hypertension. You have diabetes. You have hypercholesteremia. You have osteoarthritis. You have obesity. That means you have problems. Then you have decline in conjugal duties. That means stress is taking a toll on you. And then there are alarm symptoms. Alarm symptoms can range from chest pain, can range from fainting, it can range from fatigue, it can range to malaise. That means you are in for stress. You have insufficient time to relax. And then you don't have time for recreation. That means you are in for stress. And then the managerial staff, the executive staff that have a long list on their table. That means you are in for stress. Another thing that happens in a weak immune system is that you always have frequent cold and infections. It's not abnormal for you to have cold, maybe say 2 to 3 times, but it's abnormal is if this cold does not go in about 5 to 7 weeks because there are antibodies that are developed against it. And if this cold doesn't run its course or it doesn't go after that time, that shows that clearly your immune system is weak. These are red flags for a weak immune system. You take 4 courses of antibiotic treatment for children in a year, and then you take 2 courses of antibiotic in a year for adults. That is a red flag for weak immune system. Then you have consistently new ear infections. One goes, you go in for another one. The other one goes, you go in for another one. That means you are in for a weak immune system. Then some people take preventive antibiotics. What preventive antibiotics means is every time you have skin pain, you want to take antibiotics. You are feeling malaise, you want to take antibiotics. Your immune system is low. These are red flags for immune system. And so you should watch it. For those that have frequent diarrhea, frequent gas, frequent constipation, that means your immune system is also compromised. The truth is that there are beneficial organisms that live in your digestive tract. And these organisms, as beneficial as they are, needs you to leave them as it is. But when it is low, it will open up channels for these microorganisms to come in, and then your immune system will get low. The thing about poor wound healing is that you are supposed to have micro-rich nutrients that gets into the blood anytime you have a wound. But when your immune system is sluggish, it can't regenerate. Instead, these wounds linger and you have a hard time healing. You always feel tired when you wake up. You imagine you sleep for 5 hours, when you wake up, you still feel tired. means that you have this system. This is an example of somebody that has slept so many hours, and then when she woke up, she was still feeling tired. What is the sign of immune system? Now, what are the boosters of immune system? Basic, or what we should note, that the key element to boost our immunity is a healthy lifestyle. And then if you want to adopt a healthy lifestyle, our decisions should be based on the diet we do, the exercises, and our daily habits. It's actually very necessary for all of us to live a healthy and active lifestyle. Here on the screen now are basics to a healthy lifestyle. There are a number of them, and each of these basics will take me like an hour to explain. But for the purpose of this presentation, we'll just narrow in on immunity nutrition, and then we'll give you a snippet on the rest of them. So for you to have basic lifestyle, you have to develop what we call immunity nutrition. Your diet must be proper and balanced. If it is not proper and balanced, it is not complete. If it's proper and not balanced, it's not complete. If it's balanced and not proper, it's also not complete. So the two must be together for you to have immunity nutrition. Then you must develop or have regular exercise. You need adequate sleep. You need good personal hygiene. You need to maintain a healthy body weight. You shouldn't be overweight, you shouldn't be obese, and that is what you need for a basic healthy lifestyle. Now, avoid tobacco. If you must take alcohol in moderation. You need to have good stress management skills. You need to go for regular medical checkups. You need to keep up with your vaccines. Then you need to build and maintain strong and healthy relationships. You need to have a good mastery over the emotions. You need to have mastery over anger, over bitterness, over resentment, over envy, and the rest of them. Then when you are sick, you need to report early to the clinician. Sicknesses like breast changes, weight loss, or urination problems, you need to report early to the clinician. And then avoid exposure to radiations and industrial chemicals. Then above all, you need to develop a high level of spirituality. I said it should be balanced and proper. Before you hear food that you need to eat to make it a balanced diet. So your food should be balanced and then it should be proper. For nutrition, it's a very critical determinant of immune responses. And then all over the world, the major cause of immunodeficiency is malnutrition. And what happens is that there are nutrients that you need. We call it micronutrients. No matter how small you think they act to make sure that your immune system is stable. So these micronutrients are many. We have zinc, we have selenium, we have copper, we have the vitamins, we have folic acid. And for me to tell you, it mustn't be only when you are underweight or when you don't eat well. Overnutrition and obesity can also reduce your immunity. Then for the elderly, impaired immunity can be enhanced just by putting those micronutrients in their feeding. At the end of the slide, there is a place I talk about stress, aging, and immunity. So you might get it there. Now, the idea is for you to eat right. Eat right, eat healthy. Eat food that are high in fruits, foods that are high in vegetables, whole grains, and low in saturated fat. On the other side, you need to limit your intake of meat, processed food, and fried food, because all these are actually inflammatory. We narrow down to fruits. Fruits are an excellent source of essential vitamins. They have a wide range of antioxidants. They have a wide range of flavonoids. And all these things mop up free radicals. The free radicals I'm talking about damage the blood cells and lead to diseases and cancer. Most of these fruits have anti-cancer effects. They have antibacterial properties. They have antiviral properties. And they have antifungal properties. So in the course as we study, we learn of those fruits that can help boost your immune system. Before you can see lime and lemon. Lime and lemon boost the immune system, improves heart condition, assists your nervous system, and it helps with constipation. These are the nutrients that you can see in the lemon. It has a high dose of pyridine, folic acid, and all the lot. So this is what is about lemon nutrition. This is a strawberry. Chief among what you should know about strawberry is your heart health. It also helps you to lose fat and about 100% of the vitamin C you need every day is seen in orange. And so orange is also good for your immune system. The adage you used to know before, they say 1 apple a day keeps the doctor away. And why does 1 apple keep the doctor away? Because apple has elements that are necessary for increased cardiovascular health. Apple also have fibers that help to relieve constipation. Apple also have fibers that help in digestion. So all these are embedded in the apple. The pineapple. Pineapple reduces inflammation in joints and muscles. Pineapple helps your wounds to heal properly. Pineapple also improves your eye health. Pineapple also prevents arthritis. And pineapple are good for heart diseases. This is the avocado pear. Avocado pear has a good concentration of potassium, and it has a very high source of folate. Avocado also balances cholesterol and blood triglyceride level and contains all those vitamins that it needs, all in a bid to still improve your immune system. The watermelon. Watermelon has high water content, like 92%, and it strengthens the bones and cleans the kidney. Watermelon also reduces the blood pressure and reduces the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Amazing is the banana. Banana has a very high concentration of calorie. Banana has high concentration of potassium. And potassium, you will know, is very good for the heart. And by the time you are good in taking banana, you will see that your immune system will also improve. It's cholesterol-free, it's sodium-free, it's fat-free, and it's actually a good source of fiber. Garlic contains the agent that helps to lower cholesterol. Garlic also boosts the immune system. It's another one there. Now, ginger improves heart health. Ginger helps in digestion. Ginger controls blood pressure level. Ginger reduces inflammation or colorectal cancer. And ginger reduces body pain. Of low-fat yogurts, you'll be hearing of low-fat yogurts. It improves your workout recovery, it supports digestion, and it promotes healthy bones. Green leafy vegetables is a superfood. It helps your immune system by providing necessary nutrients needed for DNA repair. It can be eaten raw, but well cooked, should be well washed, and then you can cook it lightly so that you preserve nutrients. Examples of green leafy vegetable are the fruited pumpkin, which is the ugu, the African spinach, the bitter leaf, and the water leaf. This is broccoli. Broccoli aids in treatment of cancer. Broccoli helps to maintain health and glowing skin. Broccoli helps in macular degeneration and cataracts of the eye. And broccoli strengthens immunity. There's something I call a cup of immunity. Tea is a cup of immunity. Tea contains polyphenols and flavonoids. It reduces the risk of heart disease by lowering LDL, which is the bad cholesterol, and increasing HDL, which is the good cholesterol. So every time you drink a cup of tea, you're actually taking a cup of immunity. Others, which we might not cover in the process of this presentation, are pomegranate juice, sweet potatoes, spinach, wheat, oysters, and mushroom. But all these are staple fruits that boost the immune system. Now, just like there is a prescription for everything, there's also a prescription for what you eat. You eat 3 times a day, accepted. You should eat vegetables like 4 to 7 times every week. You eat fruits every day. Be mindful of the fruits you eat if you are diabetic. You eat salad when you are eating rice or without rice. When you are doing fish, you do fish, and then you do skinless poultry. That is poultry without the skin. There is a timing for eating. The timing for eating is between 5 to 7 p.m. That is for dinner. You should give a 3 to 5 hours gap before you sleep, and you can walk after dinner. What happens is that between 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., your healing hormones are not active. And so at that point in time, you shouldn't eat. You also have to avoid fatty food, oily food, and fried food. Sweet food. Some of us have mouths that want to take in sweet things always. Avoid chocolates. Avoid ice cream. Avoid packaged fruit juices. Avoid Coke. Avoid Fanta. Avoid energy drinks, and you'll be fine. Your meals should be nutritionally balanced. You should have the right mix of carbohydrates, the right mix of fat, the right mix of protein, and it should be preferably cooked instead of being fried. You have to take 2 to 3 liters of water every day. This helps to get your system in shape. And then, I've said it, you should put minimal salt when you are taking meals, not adding salt after taking your meals. Discourage late night eating and don't lie down shortly after you finish eating. Exercise is medicinal. Exercise prevents cancer by 5%. Exercise reduces blood pressure, reduces glucose in diabetics, and maintains body weight. WHO has said we should do 10,000 steps every day. That is the prescription for normal people. When you're overweight or when you're obese, it will be higher. WHO said we should do 30 minutes of exercise 5 days in a week, which is 150 minutes every week. But the problem we have is that some of us might leave the 150 minutes and do it on Saturday or on Sunday. No, that is not the way to do exercise. Exercise, you have to be consistent and have to maintain it. If you have to do 5 days, you do 5 days. And then if you have to do alternate days, you do alternate day. Don't do today, you jump, you do weekend, and you tell your doctor you've done 150 minutes. No, it's 10,000 steps every day. You have to be consistent. You can take a walk, you can jog, you can cycle, you can dance, you can just run. All are part of exercises. Exercises, as I told you, reduces cancer by 5%. And so these are the common cancers that it produces: endometrial cancer, colorectal cancer, and then breast cancer for female. And then it helps digestion. By the time you do 30 minutes of work in a day, you see that your digestive system will be optimal. You need adequate rest and sleep for you to have a very healthy immune system. WHO says we should do 7 to 9 hours. I wonder how many of us do 7 to 9 hours every day to feel adequate and well rested. When you have good quality sleep, you notice that your senses are sharp. You wake up energetic and you feel refreshed. When you go to sleep and then you wake up in the morning and you are tired, it means that your sleep is not adequate. I want us to learn to practice good sleep hygiene. You should eat 3 hours before going to bed. Before you sleep, take a warm bath, get a relaxing music, get a cup of tea, and then you drift into sleep. The bedroom should only be used for sleep, sex, and prayer. And I advise all, in your bedrooms that you have laptops, in your bedroom that you have televisions, in your bedroom that you have table, those things should be removed from there because it doesn't help you to sleep. You don't need to walk while you're in the bedroom. The bedroom is for sleeping and then for sex and for prayer. When you get to the bed and you feel like not sleeping, don't lie there and try to sleep. You go out, do other things, you focus till when sleep comes. We cannot overemphasize what we talk about good personal hygiene. Everybody knows that you need to wash your hands frequently. The problem is that we only practice this when we have an outbreak of disease or when we have a pandemic, but it should be a part of your normal lifestyle that you live every day. Apart from washing your hands, you should also make sure that you are neat inside out. You are neat on yourself, you are neat about your surroundings. This is nicotine. Nicotine is immunosuppressive. By that, it means it destroys the cells. Basic among them is it destroys your lung and then makes you vulnerable to flus, makes you vulnerable to cold, makes you vulnerable to sore throats. And by the time you see it, at the long run, because people have been smoking nicotine, you start suffering from cancer. So I tell people that it's better to stop tobacco. If you can't stop tobacco, you meet your doctor. There are ways that your doctor can help you to stop tobacco. Now, I want you to be proactive about your management of stress. As I said earlier, stress is part of our everyday activity, but we should be aware of the effect that stress has on us. First and foremost is to identify the source of your stress. If you identify the source of your stress, you confront it. Then you increase your capacity to cope with stress. Address those things that are around it. Address your diet, address your fitness issues, and then address your time management. You engage in activities that are not stress. You go for relaxations. you go to religious activities, you go for vacations, you go for trainings, you go for retreats, and then all in a bid to avoid burnout. This is a healthy and strong relation that people build. I want you to build healthy and strong relationships. The relationships you build, I know that you are not healthy, you know it's not helping you, leave those relationships. Feel connected to friends that make you laugh, feel connected to friends that you express your emotions to, feel connected to friends that you find meaning of life to. Have sex with your partner like 2 times every week, and then it's all part of having meaningful connections and staying happy. Laugh. Sometimes you just go out, you laugh, have a good laugh. It just helps to curb your stress hormones and boost your immunity in order to fight infection. Now, if you finish all this, you should be able to have a regular medical screening. Why do you need a regular medical screening? For symptoms that, for lifestyle diseases that don't have symptoms, call them asymptomatic or symptomless diseases. You don't need to tell me that you are fine, you're okay. You don't need to see a doctor. No, you need to come and screen at least once every year. Therefore, some of us that have lifestyle diseases, you have hypertension, you have diabetes, you have hypercholesterolemia, you have osteoarthritis, you're obese. You need to come so that we monitor and see that it is not being complicated. You need to identify your health issues promptly and then come in for effective care. All in a bid to avoid complications. All in a bid not to look for a doctor in the night that you call. All in a bid not to have phone numbers of doctor more than those your colleagues. No, you need to screen and you have your health check annually. You need to have a personal physician or a family doctor if you can afford it, because these are people that come and know about your welfare. We need to maintain high level of spirituality. What is spirituality? Spirituality is a belief in a power that operates in a universe that is greater than yourself. And health is being defined as a dynamic state of complete physical, mental, emotional, social, and spiritual well-being. And not just the absence. Inferred that spirituality influences the immune, cardiovascular, and hormonal function. It's been said there's a study that was going on in New Zealand, and when the priest told his congregation not to take some certain fruits, some certain foods, and to keep them healthy, at the end of everything, it was discovered that the people that didn't take were better off than those that took. Immune system and aging. As we age, the ability of our immune system to keep up is actually low. So while some people age healthily, the idea is that we want to make sure that our elderly does not contact diseases, because if they contact any disease at that age, because the immune system is not optimal, the thing will almost bring them down and most of them die. So we have to boost their nutrients, because it's been discovered that what we call micronutrient malnutrition is the problem with the elderly. And so one important question is, should they take dietary supplements or shouldn't they take dietary supplements? Well, that is left for you and your doctor to know what you need and then what to give you. Now, these are just tips for what you do when you lozenges, take syrups or tablets. This helps cold. Take a lot of vitamin C when you have cold. It will help you to ease the symptoms of this cold. Now, to summarize, what we have been saying since is that our immune system plays a major role in defending us against infections and disease. We need to live right in order to help our immune system function regularly. Living right involves our daily diet, exercise, and active habits. We should include normal portions of fruit and vegetables in our eating, and then do 10,000 steps or 30 minutes walk every day. Have proper sleep, have clean hygiene, then have sex with your partner, avoid smoking, and then make sure you do an annual check to maintain optimum health condition. Well, this is what I want to leave you with. It's better you eat food as your medicine today. Otherwise, you have to eat medicine as food. Here are my references. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nadi, for this mind-blowing knowledge-filled session. I'm sure that we all learned a whole lot from it. We have some questions from some of our listeners. So I'll just, and because of time, I'll just ask a few of them. Okay, someone is asking, for someone that lives in Lagos and some other big, busy cities, how does he or she manage a healthy lifestyle, taking finances into consideration?
Okay, I don't know which part of the healthy lifestyle he's talking about. You know, I enumerated a whole lot, but maybe because of the busy nature of the town. You know, sometimes in Lagos, you leave your house by 3 a.m. to get to work, and then you come back by 1 a.m. then to sleep. Well, you need to carve out time for yourself. As I told you, you mustn't go out to exercise. You can dance in the house. There are some exercises on the YouTube that you can do at home. There are cycling that you can also do at home. So get to engage yourself. You can walk around your house, you can walk around your estate. Now, for those kind of persons, when you get to your office, you don't use your lift. When you get to the office, don't park near the office. Try to walk. If the Oga says you want to, you are Oga yourself, sometimes you stand up from a chair and then you go around. Not every time, give me this 5, get the other 5 for me. No, you have to exercise, all in a bid to have 10,000 steps every day. Because if you don't do like that, you will not get to it. And so you do the rest of the things that I've told you. I believe it will not cost you much to maintain a healthy lifestyle because you always keep up. What you can do, you find ways of where you rearrange yourself, sleep well, sleep early during weekends, use it to relax. I think you'll be better for it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for answering, elaborately answering that question. So the second question says, is coffee good for one's immune system? Someone is asking.
No, you don't need caffeinated drinks. I didn't say caffeinated drinks here. If you can notice, most times when you want to sleep and you take caffeinated drinks, you will not be able to sleep well. It will just make you not to sleep. It is not good for your immune system. So I think I need to stop at that. If you, instead of taking coffee, take a lot of water. Water is the best liquid that you have and you need. If you take water, you take this tea I'm telling you about, your immune system will be fine. Leave coffee.
Okay, so this is the last question because of time. So someone is saying, a new trend is presenting cannabidiol oil, CBD. Cannabidiol is the non-psychoactive chemical from cannabis plants. So a new trend is presenting this cannabidiol oil as an immune booster and an anti-cancer agent. So he's asking, how true is this?
Okay, I like this question because I've been asked a lot, what is CBD oil? It's not only cancer for my viewers. People feel that CBD oil can cure cerebral palsy. People feel that CBD oil can even make one that is hypertensive not to be hypertensive. People feel that CBD oil can cure diabetes. What I want to tell you now is that a lot of things are going out in the system and in the public space. But everything you need for your immune system are found in what you eat. You are actually what you eat. And then when you eat healthy, your immune system is optimized. When you exercise, your immune system is optimized. When you sleep well, your immune system is optimized. I don't want to tell you that cannabis, CBD oil does this or does that, but I have not seen one person. I am yet to see. If you see, you tell me that CBD oil worked on. It can just be a supplement that people take. The problem is that they are now turning supplements as healing agents. Now, I forgot to say it in the course of my presentation. I have listed a lot of things. Don't go out here feeling that these are alternatives to your medicine. Take your drugs, but take these things also. So people go out there and say, no, they will leave their drug and start living on these things. It's only when you are healthy, you live on this, just to make sure that you don't get sick. But when you've been diagnosed of an ailment, as you take your drugs, you take this, it prevents you from complication. The ailment you have is not the end of life. But once you start having complication, then there's a problem. So as you take your drug, you eat your food, you remain healthy, I know you'll be fine.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Nadi. I'm sure that a lot of our listeners are really very happy about this presentation. So we are gradually coming to the end of this session. So before we go, I want to introduce to you something that we are already preparing for you at eClinic. eClinic is a facility that cares about your health. And because of this, you are trying to bring healthcare to your doorsteps. So while you stay at home and stay safe for us in this pandemic period, you can also get to see your doctor with just a click on your phone. So we are going to launch an e-doctor app, which is a telemedicine app, where you just, you can, with a click, you can see a doctor, have a full consultation you want to do. So this app is upcoming, and once it's ready, we are going to publicize it so that everybody can have it. Okay, so this is we are at the end of our session. So I want to thank everybody for coming here.